Do you return to this book and do you say, hey, I need to make some updates, maybe like adding History Nerds United to it? Or should we be waiting for the sequel, Little Pieces of Hope 2, more Hoper?
I would love to have more Hoper, but that hasn't happened as of yet. You know, it's funny. The book will be 4 years old this year. So to think of it out in the world existing on its own is kind of remarkable. I was looking through it again today, and there were things that I'd forgotten about. It feels like the only way that I can talk about it, or I can describe it, is a friend of mine asked me about this. And I said, it's like you have this toy in a box in your home. And the toy is in the box in a corner, but once a day you get it, you get the box, you put it on the table, you open the lid, you take out the toy, you play with the toy for about an hour or so. Then you put the toy back in the box, you close the lid, you put it back in the corner. The toy has no relevance on any other part of your life than when you are playing with it or enjoying or imagining or creating or doing whatever you do. That's what it was like to write this book. And so now the toy is out in the world. You know, I've heard from folks who have loved it. I've heard from folks who have said it made them, you know, think about things in a different way or discover things. And there's nothing that can make me happier than that. But that's kind of the best way to describe it, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm word saladating.
No, because it is true. And I write about it in my review is first of all, and I know that for some people this is not cool, but for book nerds it is. It's earnest, right? And it's you're putting yourself out there by writing the stuff down there, and we are seeing inside kind of your head, and you're saying this for you too, right? And I write it about in the review. There was something about just a good plumber.
Yeah.
And for me, I stopped and thought about 3 weeks ago, there was a guy here. He came in here. He fixed this. Hey, I'll do this for free. Hey, listen, I don't have to do it like this. And I'm just like, I want it done right. And he leaves, you pay him, and you're like, it's a lot of money, but it's also, I don't have to worry about a leak, and we can't use this. And it changes your entire outlook when you work with somebody in any industry, and they walk out the door and you say, this person just did a great job. They're great at their job. That was 3 words in the book, and that just kind of keeps happening, making those synapses kind of fire. But also it's the type of book, too, where you need to go into it open to allow it to get into you, not just sit there and say, you know, of course, was my concern, oh, I told Todd I was going to read this. What happens if I hate it? And thank God I didn't. But it's also the type of book, like you said, you can jump in and jump out, but you got to go with the conceit, which is, hey, let it kind of wash over you. Let it make that connection, right?
Yeah, and I think that's a very good way to put it. You know, I think that to take a few minutes of your day, whether it's looking at Little Pieces of Hope or making your own lists or thinking about your own life, right? All of that joy and happiness is right there within reach, no matter what you are going through. It can be a regular old bad day. It can be something that's a life-changing event for you or someone you love. But that touchstone of seeing the world around you, being a part of the world around you, noticing the world around of you, it takes an active presence to do that. Like, look, I'm not a self-help guru. This is just my life experience. I mean, I think that it's earnest because there's a truth to being open to that joy that is a very important part of life. I really do think that. And as you age, you begin to feel that importance more than ever.